Hello to all and welcome to this FreeCAD tutorial. I just wanted to say that language is a big barrier for me, so please don't hang me for the way I talk, and please bear with me while I'll try to express some pretty complex concepts of FreeCAD. Second of all, the version that I use to do this tutorial is the LinkStage3 branch from FreeCAD from Real Thunder. This is a highly experimental branch. It has a lot of really useful and cool features, but bear in mind that you can often bump into bugs. With this small prelude out of the way, let's get on with this tutorial. Hello fellow FreeCADers, and welcome to this tutorial where we will talk about the newly added Boolean tools in the PartDesign workbench, and this is present in the LinkStage3 branch from Real Thunder. First of all, a quick word about the interface. Well, the only thing that I did is to move the combo view on the right and leave the tree view on the left, and this way we will have a better view of the different operations that we will do. We will start with a basic shape of a vase, and this shape is actually pretty easy to do in FreeCAD, and I will start by doing a quick demonstration. So we'll change our workbench to the PartDesign. We'll create a new body, and within this new body we'll create a sketch on the XZ plane. Okay. Let's just go ahead and hide our previous body, select the polyline tool and do a quick rundown of the overall shape. I'll snap to the origin, right click to exit the tool, right click again to have a free mouse cursor, select this edge, shift V for vertical dimension, and we'll choose 150 millimeters. Okay. Let's make the two horizontal lines equal by pressing the E key on your keyboard. Shift H for a horizontal dimension, and I'll choose perhaps 30 millimeters. And we will go ahead and close our shape by using a B-spline. Snap to the first point, 3-point B-spline, click, and then right click to exit the tool. Tweak a bit the shape, close the sketch, and we're pretty much done. You saw that I haven't completely constrained my sketch, but this is only because of time constraints, so we'll go ahead and do a revolve on our sketch. I'll choose the base Z-axis and click OK. Let's select the top face, do a pad, and we'll leave it 10 millimeters. Okay. One cool trick that I like to do is to go ahead and reopen my previous sketch. We can select the revolution, make it visible by pressing the spacebar, and now if we tweak our shape and press F5, you can have a real-time preview of the modifications that you are doing. Let's press F5 again, front view, and as you can see, it's pretty simple to do quick modifications on the fly and preview them. Close our sketch. Okay, with this little tutorial in itself out of the way, I'll delete my body, and we will work on our base sketch. So to make it a bit more interesting, we have to first make it active as an active body. I will rename it base, select the top face, and we'll make a fixed solid. I want a thickness of the wall of about 2 millimeters. I want the thickness to be inwards, and if you look closely you can see that this edge right here is somewhat beveled, So if we want a sharp edge, we can go and change the joint type in intersection, and we have our sharp edge. Click OK, and we're done. So as a quick explanation how the Boolean tools, or better yet the split the previous feature into multiple solid works, because this is the first one that we'll use. This feature works basically by taking as a reference subobject's shape binder and splitting the last feature of a body along the lines of the shape binder. A big advantage of the LinkStage3 branch is that the bodies can now have multiple solids inside them. You will see briefly, you will see in just a bit how this is really important for this kind of workflow. The first thing that we need to do is to define some splitting planes for our vase. So we'll create a new body. Inside this new body, we'll create a sketch. And the first sketch that I want to do is on the YZ plane, so choose that and click OK. I need to first reference the bottom face of my vase, so we'll quickly get out of our sketch with the body that we'll rename as Splitting Tools. So with the body that is called Splitting Tools Active, we'll choose the face from our vase, and we'll create a shape binder. Let's first hide our vase, re-enter the sketch, and I will reference my external geometry. So click on reference, and we basically have our reference. Right click to exit the tool, we'll hide our body. Let's go ahead to switch to our side view, use a polyline. Let's try to hit this vertex, vertical line. Click on the first line, H for horizontal, and what we essentially need is to have some lines that will cut our vase entirely. Okay, so now we're pretty much done. Let's close this sketch, highlight the vase, and we'll create another sketch, this time on the XZ plane. We'll create a simple sketch for the sake of time, but of course we can use sketches that are really complex. Let's make this tangent to our Z-axis by clicking Shift O. Let's make these two symmetric, and now we're pretty much done. At this point, what we will essentially do, we will create some cutting planes for our vase. So I'll select my first sketch, I'll move to the part workbench, select the first sketch, choose extrude. I want to extrude it on the X direction for about 200 millimeters, and I want to extrude it symmetric to the Z axis. Let's try this. Okay. And I need another cut plane. I'll choose my second sketch, again extrude. I want to extrude in the Y direction for about 200 millimeters, and again symmetric, and click OK. So now we basically have our cut planes. Now, to put some order in my tree view, I'd like to create some folders, and the first one, I'll call it Splitting Tools. and I'll create another one that is called assembly tools, and you will see why in just a minute. Okay, let's move the splitting tools body and the two extrudes in the splitting tools folder, and you can see that we already have a little bit of a cleaner tree view. Now we need to activate our vase. What we essentially do is to go ahead and select a face from the second extrude. We'll create a shape binder, and as you can see, the shape binder is created inside the vase. With this shape binder selected, we will go ahead and click the split previous feature into multiple solids, and this is a mouthful, so let's go ahead. The splitting tool will cut our main body based on the shape binder, and to see it better we need to hide our second extrude because it is still visible in the 3D view. And if we double click on the blue split, we activate that body. As you can perhaps notice, we made a jump in time and we left our model in this state with our bottom and top splits activated. What we need to do at this point, we want to split the vase once again along the vertical axis, so we need to have our vase active and select this face and this face from our first extrude. Create the shape binder, and you will see that the shape binder is created inside the tree structure of the active body. Using this shape binder, we will go ahead and make a new split. Let's go ahead and hide our extrude. Select it, press the spacebar so we can better see our model. Activate the various geometry inside the split, and at this point we have a pretty nice split of our vase. And we will again try to make a bit of order in our tree view. So collapse the vase, the splitting tools, will create another folder, and this one we'll rename it as, let's say, components. We'll throw our vase inside that folder. I will show you now a really cool trick that we can do inside the LinkStage3 branch, and this is the hierarchy menu. Just select this sketch, press U on your keyboard twice. This will bring up the hierarchy menu, and you will see that at the base we have the sketch, and above it all the hierarchy under which it is placed. So our sketch is part of our splitting tools that are part of our splitting tools folder, and of course we have as a top item our split tools file. So if I select the sketch, this will automatically expand the tree view, so we can go and select the sketch here, press spacebar to hide it. So now we will begin with the fun part. We will go ahead and create a new part in our document, and as you perhaps know, the part is a container in FreeCAD that it is designed to have its own coordinate system, and it can hold various bodies as well as other geometrical entities. The part container can be considered as a simple assembly container because it doesn't have its own solver for movement, but it can hold various bodies placed relative to its origin coordinate system. So let's expand the tree view of our vase. We need the various splits that we previously made. And notice that the part container has an active or inactive state similar to the body container. With our part active, we go ahead and select the first split, and we will create a new body based on that split. Click yes on the dialog, and the new body is created with the base features that references our first split. Select the second one, create a new body, click yes, and similarly we'll do it for the remaining bodies. Yes. And yes. Okay, let's go ahead and hide our components, hide our assembly tools, hide our splitting tools for now, and I will rename my part as final product. Let's rename the first body as bottom, the second one as, and we'll hide the top part of our design. In this episode we will concentrate on the bottom side of our base, and we'll see how far we can go with this. I want to give a more interesting color to my body, so I will select my bottom body, Ctrl D on your keyboard, select color of your liking, press OK, close. You will see that nothing changed because we have the base feature that if you go in the view tab and search for the map face color, you will see that the map face color property is set to true. This means that the color will follow the color of the reference the body. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but just bear with me. We'll change this property to false and give the base feature with Ctrl D a shape color, and we'll choose the same color as before. Okay. We'll do the same thing for the side, the bottom side body. So choose the color. Okay. Close this dialog. And the base feature needs to not map the face color. We'll set it to false. And if we do a Ctrl D on the base feature, choose the color, and we're pretty much done. What I want to do is to create some kind of connection between our two pieces that closely follows the contour, the interior contour of our vase. To do this, we will once again use the Boolean tools, and let's concentrate first on the bottom body. Let's create a new body, make it active. We will rename this body as, let's say, base connection, and inside this body I need a reference to this face. Let's say this face and this one. Create a shape binder, and we can hide our final product for just a second. Okay. Switch to front view, create a new sketch on the XZ plane. Okay. Let's reference the bottom side of our vase. So we'll reference this external geometry. Right click to exit the tool. We can align our sketch to the view with this icon. And I want to create some connection tabs between our two pieces. I'll go ahead and quickly draw some geometry. We can select all of our geometry, select the z-axis as our last item selected, and we can mirror the geometry on the other side. We essentially mirrored our sketch on the other side. Because of time constraints, I will not go and fully constrain my sketch, but it is always advisable to do that. So close our sketch. Unhide our bodies, and notice that we are still working in the base connection body. If we have to follow the structure that we imposed on our tree view, I should go ahead and move this base connection into the components folder, and let's reveal it. Double click on the base connection, will make it active. Select the sketch and pad it symmetric to the plane for about 200 millimeters, or I guess that 100 could be enough. Okay, we will select our binder and click on the split tools. The split tool has created a bunch of solids, and we will activate only the ones that we need inside our model. So we need to activate this one, deactivate the exterior one, and I guess that this one we need as well. I also want to split my base connection along the XZ plane, so to do that we will go ahead and create a new datum plane. I want to attach it to my initial pad, click OK, and again with the datum plane selected, go ahead and split your base connection body. So we have one split, second split, third split, and the fourth split. At this point I want to merge my various splits with the bottom and the bottom side bodies. So we need to activate our bottom body. We will only for the clarity hide our side body, and let's deactivate this one. Let's deactivate this one. With our bottom as active body, we go ahead and try to make a Boolean operation. Select your first split, add it, and again we have the cyclic reference error message, so dismiss it, cancel. We'll go and see where we have the binder. Select this one, go into data, and the binding mode should be detached. Okay, let's try to make our operation again. On the bottom we do a Boolean operation. I select my split, we add it. I select the second split that I need and add it to the body, and click OK. If we hide the base connection body, which is a separate body from our final product bottom piece, select the base body and press the space bar. You can see that we merged our constructed geometry with the bottom side of our base. To be honest, I don't really like how this geometry has turned out, and I can go back to my base connection and tweak it. So we go into our sketch, okay, and close. Hide the base connection, and you see that the geometry of the last Boolean is updated based on our previous on our modifications. Select the last Boolean, go into view, map face color to false, and let's see if we obtained the desired result. We will do pretty much the same thing on the bottom side body, so unhide this. I'll hide my bottom body, so activate the bottom side. What I need to do is to bring in the other splits, and I'll highlight them as needed, and I will activate them as needed. So we don't need this one, but we need this one. We deactivate this one and activate the other one. Notice that this geometry is still part of the base connection. If we hide it, we don't yet have it as part of our bottom side body. So make sure that this body is active by double clicking it, and go ahead and do a Boolean operation. We'll select the split and add it. We'll select the second split and add it to our body. Click OK. Select the Boolean, map face color to false, and hide the base connection body so we don't see it anymore. Unhide the bottom body, and you can see that we managed to create a bridge, a perfectly matching bridge between the two bodies. To enhance our viewing experience, I will create an exploded assembly using links. So selecting our bottom body, we will go ahead and create a new link. Let's select the bottom side, go ahead and create a new link. Select the two links and let's drop them in the assembly tools folder. And this is only because we want somewhat of a clean preview. Okay. Right click on that voice, click transform, and let's bring our component in here. Right click on the second body, transform, and let's bring it here. This way we have a really nice view of the components of our final product. Keep in mind that these are only links to the first bodies that they reference, but they can have their own positioning and their own set of properties, but they will update once we modify the base, the referenced body. Okay, we are pretty much at a good point, but looking at this model, I can see that these two pieces would really need some alignment tabs. And we'll repeat the drill. We'll go ahead and create a new body. But first of all, we need to deactivate the bottom. We deactivate the final product because I want the new body to be created outside of any other model that I previously made. So create a new body. I will rename this as alignment tabs, and I will throw it inside the components folder. Okay. And of course our alignment tabs need to reference in some way this connection bridge that we previously made. To not get confused, we will hide our assembly tools, hide these bodies. I want to hide the side body as well. Activate the alignment tabs by double clicking on it. We will select this face and this face as well and create a shape binder. Hide the bottom body to have a clear view of what we are doing, and we will create a sketch on the XZ plane. Now that we created our basic sketch for the alignment tabs, we'll go ahead and pad it for about 2 millimeters or perhaps 3. Okay, it looks quite alright to me. So let's reveal our bottom piece, and we want to bring in this new geometry, so double click to activate it. Boolean tool. We'll select the alignment tabs and add them. Of course we have the cyclic reference, so cancel. Let's expand this. The binder, we need to go into the data tab and desynchronize it, so we need to have it detached. Let's go into our body, click on the Boolean tools, choose the pad, edit, and click OK. Select the Boolean tools, View tab. Let's turn the map face color to false. And we are pretty much done to this point. If we unhide our assembly tools, you can see that our body is updated with the new geometry. Of course, we need to create the matching geometry on the side part of our assembly. So let's hide the first one, reveal the side component, double click to make it active. We'll do a Boolean operation inside of it, and we'll select the pads. Even though they are not visible, we'll select the pads, we'll choose to make a cut and edit. Click OK and hide the alignment pads. As you can see, it is quite beautiful that the Boolean operation has preserved the color of the previous feature used, and I think I'll leave it to this because I like it. Just to refine a bit our model, we will go ahead and do some chamfers on some edges. So we can go into the bottom body, reveal it. Let's hide the bottom side. Let's try this. Select this edge, chamfer. Let's try to add some more edges. And of course, it doesn't work. Let's try 0.5 millimeters. Yeah, I want this one as well. I want this one, and this one. Click OK. Let's do another chamfer. Select this edge, chamfer. Okay. So I must say that I quite like how this is turning on. I would like to have the alignment tabs chamfered as well, because this way they will have a easier match. So I'll try 0.2 millimeters. Let's try 0.5. Okay. Of course, we want to do the same on the bottom side, so double click to activate it, hide the bottom, reveal the bottom side. And let's try to do some chamfers. Click OK. Let's unhide our bottom body, and perhaps I want to see this one as well. Okay, quickly before we close this episode and we will continue our model in the next one, what I need to do is to punch the holes for the screws that will go ahead and unite our two components of the bottom base with the bottom side. So we need to do it in the bottom side body. Let's hide the other one. Let's hide this as well, and we'll create a new datum plane, and we will attach it to the base feature oriented on object XS, and we will move it in the Z direction by 60 millimeters. Remember that the Z direction of this plane is basically the normal direction, so the perpendicular line on the plane. This way you can kind of quickly orient it in space. Click OK, select the datum plane, create a new sketch, and this will create a sketch on the datum plane. We need to reference some geometry, so let's turn this around, click the reference geometry icon. I need close the sketch, and we will punch a hole, or better yet, create a pocket inside our model. Let's do it for 50 millimeters. Let's try this. I think we can get away with 45. Yeah, click OK, and select the datum plane and hide it. To add a bit of refinement to our model, let's go ahead and chamfer this edge. Let's add this one, this one, and this one. Click OK. hide the other part of our body. Okay, fellow FreeCADers, I'd say that for this episode we're pretty much done. In the next one we'll go ahead and build other components referencing our main vase geometry. Thank you for getting this far, and I'll see you in the next one.